raise your hand, and we'll get the wireless microphone to you. Coach, you want to begin with an opening statement?
Okay. I don't
Okay.
do opening statements.
Okay,
But
all right.
sorry
Questions?
about that.
Question from Coach Jeremiah?
Yeah, Hubert, obviously, Kai gets foul trouble. You put Derek Dixon in the game. He goes to obviously does hit the big shots, but even beyond that, what did you like about the minutes that he provided you kind of down the stretch in the second?
Yeah, I thought he was really good defensively. He's a big guard. And so we were having trouble, especially in the first half, guarding their pick and roll action, keeping them out of the paint. They had 42 points in the paint. Felt like 30 points in the paint in the first half. And so, but I thought he did a really good job defensively, containing the dribble drive, keeping them out of the lane and making them take tough shots, rebounding the basketball, and then him just running the team. There was situations where we ran a play and we just didn't get what we were looking for. And in those times, you just need players to step up and make plays, and Derek made a number of them. I'm really happy for him.
Hubert, they missed. Hit you right.
Okay, sorry.
They missed 13 straight shots from about 13:08, about a 10-minute span. Was it them just missing shots, or were there some things you guys were doing that maybe kind of led to some of those errant shots?
I thought we weren't, from a defensive standpoint, we weren't making mistakes. Kentucky's an unbelievable team, but I felt like, especially in the first half, they were scoring off of our mistakes. And I felt like we were sound and simple on the defensive end. We were standing between them and the basket. We were giving them one contested look, and then we were boxing out and rebounding. And so, I always go back and say that rebounding is the most important factor in the outcome of a game. And we got 20 offensive rebounds, and we out-rebounded them by 9. And so, to me, that was a ball game.
Hey, Ben, the CL.
Hubert, you guys shot, I think, 40% from the field total. Offense seemed to struggle, I guess, at times. What did you see out there, and maybe what needs to kind of be better for you guys to improve?
From the perimeter?
Yeah, maybe just from the offensive scoring. It seemed like the offense struggled, specifically in the half court.
I would respectfully disagree with a little bit of that. I felt like when we were in the right spots and we executed, we did a good job in the half court. And so I was happy with that. I felt like where we struggled was in the half court, taking care of the basketball in the first half. I think they had a number of pick six turnovers. They do a good job of getting steals and deflections in the passing lanes. And so that was something that I thought we did a better job with in the second half.
Steve, we're kind of talking about the earlier your earlier answer to the shots, specifically 3-point shooting. They were 1 for 13, and that is supposed to be a strength of this team. What did you guys do to kind of take them out and from ever establishing a rhythm?
Well, we knew that they were an elite 3-point shooting team, and I think in large part we kept them out of transition. That's where they get a lot of their threes. Unfortunately for us, they were getting to the basket pretty much at ease in the first half. They didn't need to kick it out. But I thought the way that we played defense and the way that we switched on and off the ball, the size and length, I thought was a factor. And when you have Jaren at 6'10" at the 3, Caleb at 6'11", and then Henry 7 feet, and then you talk about the positional size at the guards where Luka's 6'6", 6'7", Derek 6'5", that against a jump shooting team or against a jump shooter, size really matters. And I thought we did a good job contesting those shots.
Hubert, you mentioned the rebounding earlier, 22-5 and second chance points. Just what did you see from a resiliency standpoint from your guys throughout the night?
I'm so glad I can hammer this. One of the things I always tell them is I'm not really a big stats guy, but I will use it to confirm what I already know. And I keep telling them, this is who we are. We've got to get to the offensive glass. We have to get second chance opportunities. And so I've got great evidence to prove that what I'm telling them is beneficial, not only to them personally, individually, but also as a team. Huge factor for us.
22 is a season high second chance.
Hubert, with Caleb, it seemed like he struggled pretty much for most of the game from the floor. But what did you see them do, first of all, taking him away? And then also it was a bunch of assists and a bunch of rebounds. I don't have the number in front of me.
He had 6 assists and only 2. That Caleb is not just a scorer. He's a dude. Okay, so I mean, this guy can score. I mean, he's an elite passer. So I mean, he led our team in assists. You know, more teams are now loading up on him, double teaming him, trying to make him a passer more than a scorer. That actually benefits us because he's such an elite passer. And we always talk about making plays, not just in scoring, but what can you do out there on the floor that can be a benefit to the team. He checked a number of boxes there, and I think like some of the shots that we got was because of how much attention is paid on him. So he was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, just going back to Derek, obviously the two shots for you guys at the end there, super clutch. I'm curious, you had timeouts going into both of those. It seems like maybe from my vantage point, especially the three kind of things broke down, it's just him putting that up. I just wanted to ask kind of what was the play call or maybe the set with both.
I'm not going to tell you the exact play call.
Not everything.
I'd like to maybe
That's
run
fair.
it again, but no, the three was he had to go make a play. Just is what it is. The one where he got to the basket, he had a number of options. He could pitch to the corner, he can bounce pass to Henry, roll into the basket, but he felt like he had an edge. One of the things that we have talked about after Michigan State was like when we get into the lane, hey, we got to go strong. And if you feel like you can't finish, then play off of 2 feet. Just don't throw up anything. It's interesting not every day of practice. We have this drill, fast break drill number 1. I always say right side, right hand layup, left side, left hand layup. And they look at me and like, why such detail? And he was on the left side, left hand layup against a 7-footer. He was able to score.
A couple of here, yes.
Yeah, Hubert, I know obviously it's kind of early to be talking about this stuff, and it was a long way to go in the season, but typically, I guess, road wins against, ranked opponents tend to go a long way when people talk about March and everything like that. How, I guess, significant, I know it's early, but how significant is it for you guys to kind of go against a team that will likely be in the postseason and kind of get a win?
I think it's significant for this new group, this new team, for them to win in this type of environment. I just think it's good for them. I told them after the game that I just want to give them just a taste of what it's like to put on that jersey and play in this building against this type of team and program and be able to come up big. And so it's just great for our growth as a young team. We're only 8 games in, but it's just real good for our team.
Hubert, you touched on the environment a little bit there. What does it say about Derek that in those final 2 moments there was no hesitation, no fear? He was ready for it and he got it done.
Yeah, I mean, he's not scared of the moment, and you could see that throughout the entire game. I mean, he felt really comfortable out there. I felt like he had good command on both ends of the floor, and so decided to put him in again in the second half. And I just felt like, going into the game, we shoot 50% from 3, and so the attention that Caleb was getting, I wanted guys out there that had the ability to shoot the basketball. Luka fouled out, and so he got interviewed after the game, and all the guys were behind him, kind of like OKC, and it's just great. One of the biggest things that anybody can do is to be able to celebrate somebody else's success. And so when you got 15 guys in there that feel like they made the 3, they made the layup, that's really great as a coach to be able to see that.
Okay, we've got 2 more, 1 here, then Ryan.
Hubert, let's go back to rebounding for a minute. Against Kansas and Michigan State, you guys had 12 second chance points on 28 offensive boards. Tonight it was totally different. What was the difference, and how much have you been harping on that?
I've been really harping on that one. I really feel like we can be a great offensive rebounding team, and I haven't been harping on it. I've been telling them every second of the day, every day that we meet, of how important it is to the success of this team. And even if we didn't get it, we kept the ball alive. And also what it does is if you go to the offensive glass, the other team has to box you out so they can't get out in transition. So, I mean, there's just a number of benefits for us to be able to do that. And that was a huge determining factor of us being able to come away with the win tonight.
Difference in the score off the offensive.
Yeah.
That wasn't there against Michigan State then in Kansas, but it was tonight.
It was tonight, just the ability to get it and then the ability to be able to finish and score around it. And I thought that was a huge key for us to be able to convert on getting extra opportunities to be able to score.
Last point, Ryan.
Hubert, Kentucky has won 5 games against teams from non-power conferences, but you guys now have won this game and the game against Kansas. So I'm just curious, given what you guys did responding the second night against Kansas, how confident would that make you that you guys are going to respond tonight and make the winning plays on the stretch?
No, we always talk about how do you react, how you respond. It's interesting. The last couple days at practice, we've specifically worked on late game situations where we're up by 6, down by 6, tie score, different situations, and so it was really cool to be able to huddle and be able to have conversations in regards to what we practiced the last couple of days and what we have to do in order to put ourselves in a position to win. And so, again, I mean, it's very young, but again, the confidence, the growth of this young team and to be able to come in this environment is off the chart. And if you can't walk out on that floor and not have goosebumps and ready to compete, and for us to be able to do it on the road, I'm really proud of this group.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you very much. Safe travels back.
The 20 offensive rebounds as a team are also a season high. Wilson's 6 offensive rebounds, 6 assists are both season highs. It was his 5th double-double and Vesar's 4th. And the players rebound a lot. Find the last one and absolutely.